Yeah, take your time. Yeah. By the way, thank you everyone for coming online on time. And I'm here, Surjeet from Manipur, and from Dimapur, you can see Virieno Zakiesato. Yes,
Yes,
from Dimapur.
you got that right.
Yes, I was a little worried if I can pronounce your name. And so yeah, it's been a long time
Yeah.
no see, now. How are you?
Yes, yes. Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, is this angle okay or is it like
Yeah, you are
a
very
little
good.
weird because I can only see up
Maybe
until.
you can, maybe, I think it's fine. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Wait, I'm just trying to let's see if this can work.
Yeah, that's work.
Okay, is
Good.
this better? Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me,
Okay.
how are you today? Let's forget about
How am
yesterday,
I?
just for today.
Wow, how am I today?
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And so looking forward to connect with you and also speak about what the topic is
Mm-hmm.
today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm receiving some private messages
Yeah,
regarding,
you will get it. Message. It's a command. So
right,
yeah.
but also just some private messages. But I
Okay.
think maybe right now we can see that later. I mean, I can see that later.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. How
So
are you? How are you, Sanjeet?
I'm good, still alive.
Still alive,
It's the
alive
good
and
thing.
kicking.
It's the good thing to breathe in and breathe out. So until and unless this thing happens, so we are happy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. So we'll start soon. Since we
Okay.
already yeah. So thank you very much again for coming on this talk. So we
Yeah,
could
thank you for having me.
yes. So this is the first talk for this November,
Okay.
and thank you for supporting. And also, so this talk is more focusing in the Northeast scenario for this, especially
Yeah, yeah,
for the youth dancer and who want to, pursue
yeah,
dance career or performing art. So that's what,
yeah,
since we could not travel, since we could not meet each other, so
yeah.
it's also nice to connect with the virtual, you know. So that's why we thought it is also nice to share our experience and everybody at home. Why don't we do some productive thing online also? I mean, everybody are
Yeah,
doing it, but
yeah.
but we will also do something in the small part, contribution.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, of course, of
So,
course.
by the way, I would like you to introduce a little bit to our audience, your fan or your friends. Yeah, and just
Friends,
yeah, just briefly about yourself.
okay. Oh, well, where do I start? So I started dancing from Bombay. I was in Bombay when I started dancing
Mm-hmm.
in 2009.
Yeah.
And like I had mentioned earlier also,
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for, um, I had a breakup. I had a heartbreak, more
Oh.
like,
Oh.
and I was looking for ways to cope up with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could channelize my energy
Mm-hmm.
and all the time that was there, and that's how I actually started dancing. That's why I started dancing actually.
Okay.
So
Cool.
that was, yes, that was in
But you
2000.
you you are based in Nagaland, right? Dimapur.
Yes, I am based in Dimapur now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm based in Dimapur now. It's been a long journey with
Mm-hmm.
dance. It's been a long journey.
Yes.
Yeah. And at the moment, I am, as the topic says, I am a dancer in transition,
Mm-hmm.
and that transition is happening towards dance movement therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is what I'm doing
Okay.
here in Dimapur,
Mm-hmm.
but the course that I'm doing is in Pune.
Okay. Great.
And
So
so
yeah. Carry on,
And
please.
so with everything else that is happening around with the pandemic and how everything is going online, so currently we're doing that as well.
Okay,
So it's an ongoing course that's happening online, and that's how we're meeting, just like how we're meeting here. Uh,
okay.
so yeah,
Cool. It's nice to know about dance movement therapy because people know what is dance. I mean, dance is very vast form, and everybody
yeah,
know dance is not only dance but also the art is also in the therapeutic way, you know. But
yes.
what is dance movement therapy and how you can cope up yourself with the help of dance movement therapy? Can you little bit explain what is dance movement therapy?
Oh wow, okay. I'm gonna try and explain it in simple language where, you know, maybe I will as simple as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so at this very moment,
Mm-hmm.
if I check in with myself,
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm feeling a bit anxious. I'm feeling excited,
Mm-hmm.
and so what I'm doing right now is I'm checking in with myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with the feelings that I'm having, I'm going to, I am um, staying with them and I'm acknowledging them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use tools like which I am doing, breathing. So, I'm using deep breathing as a tool to be able to calm myself down.
Mm-hmm.
So, really, dance movement therapy is, sorry, one second. I'm just going to disconnect that call. Is the body mind connection of being able to regulate your emotional um, facilities that you have within the body. And so it is connected.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
And can you talk a little bit about how important, why you choose dance movement therapy in your life, and why you think it's important?
Okay, so dance movement therapy. Why did I choose dance movement therapy? All right, that's a big question. Um, uh,
How you jump from dance to dance movement therapy? Let's say that
okay,
you can explain a little bit. Yeah.
okay. So like from the very beginning when I started dancing, you know, dance has always been healing for me.
Mm-hmm.
It that was how it started,
Mm-hmm.
and so I started dancing. Uh, but I think the decision to move on to dance movement therapy happened when uh, uh, when my parents had passed away within a span of a year.
Mm-hmm.
And so when that had happened, I was lost, and I everything was a blur, and the only way I found myself back to my body was through movement.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was really when my journey to dance movement therapy began.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So which is like 1 year ahead or two. When did you start actually? When like how been you been in dance movement therapy?
As in the course that I'm doing?
Yeah.
This started in 2019. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So
So it's fairly
I have some questions for you, just brief questions. So you
okay.
can, I will ask you. So I think it's related what I asked just now, but I will ask again that how has dance been a tool for a healing? You know?
How has dance been a tool for healing?
Yeah.
Um, okay, so like I said before also, dance has been healing from the very beginning. That's how I started.
Mm,
Um, but it may not be the same for everyone,
mm,
right?
mm,
Dance could mean so many things to others,
mm,
especially for young dancers.
mm,
Dance can be pure entertainment,
mm,
and that is absolutely all right.
mm,
Because we need dancers, artists to fill that role in
mm,
society, you
mm,
know. Um, so like even if we look at Bollywood, Bollywood
mm,
dance,
mm,
Bollywood has reached like the international market.
mm,
So you think you can dance, uh, have a category of dance for Bollywood,
mm,
you know, and so you have dance for entertainment,
mm,
um, and
mm,
as long as you know why you are dancing, for any young dancer out there, you know what
mm,
you're doing,
mm,
that is absolutely okay.
mm,
But the question is, uh, does dance only serve that, like serve entertainment? No, it goes beyond that.
yeah.
Yeah. And so for me, dance has been transformational. Like
Mm,
the it starts off with how or why I started dancing in the first place.
mm,
And then, like I had mentioned to you about my parents passing away, and how I needed, um, how for me to get back was actually through movement.
mm,
And that was actually how it started for me.
mm, mm,
The journey to healing, um, and the journey to DMT.
mm. So tell us a bit about your process in becoming a dance movement therapy.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So I'm doing a course from Sancheti Healthcare Academy, which is in Pune.
Mm-hmm,
It is affiliated to Sancheti Hospital.
mm-hmm,
And this course has enabled me not only to be physiologically aware,
mm-hmm,
you know,
mm,
that it has given me, it has enabled me or given me the tools to analyze movements, um, you know, from a, it might get a bit technical, but this is what these are the this is part of the course. This is part of what is the process to be a DMT practitioner.
mm,
So you have a physiological aspect of the body. You're studying you're analyzing the body. You're studying anatomy, and then you have the psychological aspect of what DMT can offer
mm,
to become a practitioner.
mm. So it's more about understanding other people, right? It's not about just good dancer or
No, absolutely not. It is about first understanding yourself, because we are constantly checking in with ourselves, like for what I had done in the beginning as well. We're constantly checking with ourselves. We're constantly um, uh, finding out how we are feeling. You know, we are staying with those feelings. We are fine tuning our emotions. So first, it is for ourselves to understand ourselves better, and then I think one of the most important tools to be a great practitioner is to be able to um, to remove that judgment from yourself. You know, you go there as a practitioner to be able to come with a clean sheet, to be able to remove that the critical self and be fully available for your participant, for your client, or whatever you choose to call it. So it's about first knowing yourself, then being available for your participant.
Great. So does does one need to be a good dancer to become a DMT? I mean, like you know, there is a lot of good dancer in Northeast also, and
Yeah.
they know that you know, is dance is a healing part, as we mentioned before also. But there is always question that, oh, is dance movement therapy also to is also necessary to be a good dancer? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
so so
Okay.
who can become dance movement therapist?
Yeah, so this is a question I think that everyone asks while doing this course or while wanting to take DMT as a career. And uh, well, the answer is no. You do not need to be a dancer to become a dance movement therapist. However, I do believe that it adds value, because to be a dance movement practitioner or a therapist, it's a process. And so if you have the skills of a dancer and you're able to understand, you know, the muscle connectivity of the body, you have a spatial awareness, you just have awareness of your body, you know, that adds value to being a therapist. And it's definitely a process for somebody who has no background, no dance background, and for somebody who has a dance background. It, I think, for sure adds value to the work.
Okay. So I have this question that how do you deal with your client with the less support? Because I also want to know that how dance can help to others, like psychologically, you know, because like someone who are tortured or trauma, you know, by
Okay.
dance, we can do a healing. We do a, you know, kind of therapies. So can you explain little bit with one example, like how do you deal with this kind of client with dance movement therapy? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be very honest that so far I have not worked with any trauma or sensitive cases. I think to do work like that, one really needs a sense, experience, and a emotional maturity, sense of emotional maturity to be able to uh, handle such sensitive cases. Um, yeah, um, but we have worked, or let's say we have done classes with this amazing teacher called Shohini Chakraborty, who does work with marginalized groups, with sensitive groups.
Yeah.
And she has created like an entire model which is being used internationally.
Yeah. So her foundation also Kolkata somewhere, right?
Yes, her foundation is called Kolkata Sunbed. Yes. And now they also have a collaboration with TIS, Tata Institute of Social Science.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's, I think it must take time, to work with the client, right? For the dance movement therapy.
Yes, yes, definitely. Um, I think the response for a lot of say participants or clients is when do we get better, or when do we start feeling better? Like it's not an instant remedy. It's definitely not an instant remedy. Like I said, it's a process. It takes so many years to know yourself, right? So being able to uh, get to know another client, to be able to understand the client, their emotional needs, and to just be available for the client's needs is going to take time. And it's a process. It really is a process. And every individual is different.
Yes, yes. Because you need to understand the history and what are the client, the behind the history. Or you also need to understand, right? How the torture, or
Yeah.
the kind of, there's so many. So here I came this question, like how DMT can deal with how many kind of kind of victim or client you can deal with dance movement therapies. Like, there should be, like, say, dance movement therapy is just for the mentally, or it could be also physically. So can you, or it could be also for the, like, there is a lot of homeless people, who are suffering, for, depressions, and, not only torture, but also depression, as
Yeah.
sinus.
Yeah.
There is a lot of symptoms in the human being.
Yeah.
So can you give
Yeah.
some example that how dance, what are the, kind of list can be done by DMT?
Okay. So I think the beauty of dance movement therapy is that it has a huge range. Like the spectrum is big.
Mm,
So you can work with children, with special needs, to uh, a sensitive case, like
mhm.
trauma-informed cases, to somebody who has anxiety.
Yes,
So the
anxiety.
spectrum is huge,
Mm,
and um, every individual that you deal with has a different, let's say, a different. I don't want to use the word formula, but you have a different approach to
tool.
how you.
It's a tool, right?
Yes,
Mm,
yes. Uh, um, the tool could actually be the same,
mm,
but it really is also about what the individual is giving.
yes.
It's really about that, and it is really about the individual here. It's
Because,
not about, yeah.
yeah, carry on, please.
It's not about, I'm a therapist and I've come here to heal you or to fix you or
Mm,
whatever that is, that all those notions out of the door.
mm-hmm,
It is really about the individual, what the individual wants to say or
mm-hmm,
not, how
mm-hmm,
much the individual wants to give or
mm-hmm,
not. And
mm-hmm,
it's really, really about the individual.
mm-hmm. I think it's more also understanding about trusting each other, because I
Yes,
think that is what
yes,
is important in this dance
yes,
movement therapy. It's not about,
yes,
okay, let's okay, let's come, let's just dance. Or, I mean, they also
yeah,
trustness, but here
yes,
is more about because psychologically, mentally, there is so much into their head. So they have to tell their history. So it's more about, so if I want to treat to
Absolutely.
you, you know, I have to be honest to you, you know.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think I have to trust to you. So so
Yes.
it's more about building a good relationship, right?
Yes, building a good relationship and creating a safe space, really
Mm-hmm.
creating a safe space for for the person who comes to you,
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to do that, it takes time. It's just like when you meet somebody new,
Mm-hmm.
it takes time to know that person. It takes time to become friends, and
Mm-hmm.
it really is that. It,
Mm-hmm.
it really is that space to be able to meet with the individual
Mm-hmm.
at mm, where they are at, to
Mm-hmm.
meet the individual where they are at. It
Mm-hmm.
really is that.
Yeah.
And so now, at the first meeting, somebody could be really forward, could be very open, and
Mm-hmm.
not, or
Mm-hmm.
somebody could just not want to talk,
Mm-hmm.
not want to say anything, or doesn't want to be there in the first place, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really being able to create a safe space, even if you have participants like that.
Mm-hmm. So I think uh, since I mean we noticed Nagaland, Manipur, we are in the conflict zone, you know, and we also in the remote area. I mean there is a lot of conflict happens like torture, you know, and there also like a depression is coming up because we are not in the economically we are not very in the high resource
Yeah.
places.
Yes.
So there must, by competing with other metro city, there must be a lot of depression. Youth
Yes.
must be around,
Yes.
and also, so I think it's very important for them to also understand what is DMT, right? So, so can you also, do you think that DMT can help or support to Northeast? Then how we can support?
Okay. All right. So I think that's so many questions in one question.
Yeah.
Um, but okay, I let me start with this. Um, can DMT support or how is DMT uh, relevant in the Northeast? You
Yes.
know,
Mm.
um, and the question actually is who who does not require healing,
Mm.
really,
Yes.
you know,
Mm.
and the body is the first tool that can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we can we can work on the body. We can work either out, inside and then out, or outside and in, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what DMT does, or the process that DMT enables you to go through, is to work from the inside first and then express it out. Now we have like a huge influx of the health and fitness industry that
Yes.
is making actually a lot of people are becoming very conscious about their health and their
Mm-hmm.
fitness.
Mm-hmm.
And what is actually happening uh, that time, what
Mm-hmm.
is actually happening when people are getting physically fit,
Mm-hmm.
you know uh, you have like the happy hormones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have your endorphins, you have your serotonin, you have your oxytocin, you have all these happy hormones that are exercising with you, and
Mm-hmm.
hence that's
Mm-hmm.
why you feel good,
Yeah.
when you're exercising, when you're working out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if if our society, okay, could work from the inside out instead, like if we were able to process our emotions and stay with those feelings, yeah, and we were able to express that through dance. Imagine how our society, like how better our society could be. Right?
Yes. Yes.
So if everybody took on that responsibility of working from the inside, you know, and we are constantly working with our emotions. So when we are doing that, we are unlocking our emotions through dance, through movement.
Cool. So since we are in the Northeast, I also want some kind of suggestion for these, or advice for these our young generation dancer, because we have very few knowledge about dance world, and I don't think many people know what is dance movement therapy. So, do you think, do you encourage young dancer they should also try to, you know, pursue this DMT if they want? How they have to start prepare for this career?
Okay. Do I think, sorry, can you just repeat that question again?
So, any advice to the young people that who want to start in this career for DMT?
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
want to start their DMT, how they have to prepare from now. And
Right.
another question is that few people don't know about what is DMT. So do they also need to understand what is dance movement therapy?
Okay. I think I'll start with the second question first. Do people who are interested in doing dance movement therapy, do they need to study that? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
whether they need to study dance movement therapy
Yes.
is that the
As a
question?
dancer, it also
Yeah.
do they necessary to understand what is dance movement therapy?
Yes. 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 As a dancer, I think dance can give us a lot of um, a lot of awareness on our body, and physiologically, and also have um, the, a sense of awareness with ourselves. Um, but dance movement therapy really is it's 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 so it started off in the 1900s. Okay, we have pioneers who have started with dance movement therapy in America, who started with dance movement therapy. It was not even called dance movement therapy. It started off with dance in communication, and dance movement therapy came much later.
Okay.
So, because of these pioneers, they have done so much of studies, and they have done so much of work. Like one of the pioneers, Mary Chase, like she started working with the psychiatric work, psychiatric ward during World War II. So she started with that, and then you have many other pioneers who have come up. So with so many years of of research and research and development, actually, really. Yes, one needs to study dance movement therapy. It's really our pioneers have paved the way out for us to have access to it. So yes, it definitely is a lot of academics on it.
I think just to put some, because I also did like a short course in the DMT. What I learned in DMT was is not only the beauty of dance, as I said, as I mentioned also. So I think is more about how important our movement is to communicate with someone, and then it's also about understanding our movement quality, so it really by doing DMT, I had a good time or to reflect my own, my own knowledge about how important about dance and movements in my life. I think that's what I found. Dance movement is very, very important for everyone to at least, to understand, because this is not only for just dance. Yeah. So carry on. Yeah.
Like you had mentioned, there's a lot of reflective work, and any which way we dancers reflect.
Yes.
But when it comes to dance movement therapy, hello?
Yeah. Sorry, it was cut.
Yeah. You're constantly working on yourself, because you're not only being available to yourself, but you're also being available as a therapist to someone else.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with another life. You're not only dealing with yourself.
Yeah. So so now I think let's open up to public also.
Okay.
So we have the questions from Joshua. Can you read out? Can
Hi,
you see the
Joshua.
yeah? Can you
Wait,
read out?
hold on.
Yeah.
Let me just, I'm not able to read it. Okay. I don't know how to read this because it's not moving. Wait, hold on. I
You
got
need to
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
You need to
So
move your
okay, got that.
yeah.
So how do you introduce something new like dance practice in general and dance as movement therapy to the public here in the Northeast? Okay, wait, I just want to read that again. And there's a second question: how do you create access to dance or dance therapy? All right. So the first question is, how do you introduce something new like dance practice in general, or dance as movement therapy to the public here in Northeast? Okay. I think there are two different things here, and when it comes to introducing dance, like Joshua very well knows how it is to give classes, dance classes. That will be very different from giving dance therapy sessions to the public, and really I think over here it's not it's not as simple as giving dance classes, because if I were to say I'm going to give dance therapy classes, I'm not really sure whether people will come for dance therapy. So I think in cases like this, what I would like to do, which is something for maybe some other time, is to work with sensitive groups and to be able to enable dance therapy as a project with them, and to see how it has helped them.
Yeah, very true. I mean, it's not easy, like because since they don't know what is DMT, and also very few people will understand it. I think it's a good way to start with the community also, because as you said, because we can go to there's a lot of so-called, I don't know, it's a good word, it's a orphan children's, or orphan children homes, all how all, all, what do you say, all men, sorry.
Geriatrics,
Yeah,
is that
something. Yeah,
for
some,
the
and
older,
yeah.
yeah, for the
So I
older
think
generation?
we can start with that, or even I think we can, even if we have time and dedication, maybe we can also do like a, in the schools. The school is one of the biggest, I think, most important place to start. To educate about
Mm-hmm.
DMT, because they also
Mm-hmm.
will know about what is DMT, because so that it can expand more. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like well, the thing is, um, there was a recent project with 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 this foundation called Kripa Foundation, and that deals with de-addiction. It's a de-addiction center. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear.
And so they had a competition for really the youth,
Mm-hmm.
where the theme was um, get high on dance, not on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think I was just part of this competition as a judge,
Mm-hmm.
but I think there are platforms where dance movement therapy will really be able to support foundations like this, or like Surjeet was saying as well,
Mm-hmm.
the geriatrics population, and of course uh, sensitive young children as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's also very good to involve with this NGO. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, because those who work with the community people. So it's not just about just for the mental. You know, everybody need a dance movement therapy. I think everyone.
Ev- ev- Everybody needs it.
Yeah.
Everybody requires healing in their lives, and
Yes.
like I'm repeatedly saying,
Mm-hmm.
dance movement, the body is really a shortcut to be able to do that. If
Mm-hmm.
and you have to be dedicated to that.
Yeah.
But really, it is.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, since we've been talking about dance movement therapy for long time. So are there any proper institute or about DMT? Like you mentioned your school. Is there, how many school is there in India?
Okay. There are actually quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Dance movement therapy has become more accessible in India,
Mm-hmm.
also because of pioneers in India who started their work like in the 1980s or so. We have
Mm.
people like Tripura Kashyap, who
Yes.
has creative movement therapy
Mm-hmm.
association.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that institute. They hold certified courses from in Delhi and Bangalore. Then you have
Mm-hmm.
Kolkata Sunbed,
Mm-hmm.
and also actually you have a lot of students who have studied abroad and have come
Yes.
back to India, and
Mm-hmm.
now they've started with their own their studios giving certificate courses. So it's pretty accessible. It's pretty accessible in India within a
Mm-hmm.
span, or a short-term course, or within a span of 1 year to 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that is available.
Mm-hmm. Uh, what are the scope for the DMT? I know that we have mentioned so many things, but is there any because uh, mostly parents, and even ourselves, we always ask for the stability, So what are the things that DMT can give to our life?
What are the things that DMT can give to our lives? As
Yeah.
in to,
Is it like
I didn't get it.
they give a good job, because that is always questions for the parents, right?
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
all right,
So
like that.
what DMT can help to someone as a profession?
Okay, all right. So I think that DMT is like dance is fairly new. Dance movement
Mm-hmm.
therapy is fairly new in India.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do believe that there is a certain infrastructure that is growing in India. And, if you meet psychologists, uh, they have heard of dance movement therapy.
Mm-hmm.
They know that falls under the rehabilitation section of uh, being able to recover.
Mm-hmm.
They use tools such as art therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Psychologists use these tools.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Maybe not as much as dance therapy,
Mm-hmm.
but of course they are aware of dance therapy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think very soon, um, really being able to maybe tie up with psychologists, tying
Okay.
up in hospitals,
Mm-hmm.
that is definitely something to look at.
Okay. Yeah. And I think it's also help not only for client but also for the creation. I think it might also help, right? Let's say
For
for the
creation
yeah, for the
in performance
performance.
art.
Yeah. Do you think so?
uh, Performance art, yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
um, I think it's also, it's really the foundation that you're working from. When you're able to tune in with yourself, and you're able to to come from a place of calm and rest and digest. Bye,
Mm-hmm.
guys. Joshua. Um,
Yes. Not Christina,
um,
because it seems he wrote Christina.
yeah,
Anyway,
that's
please.
my other name.
Oh, really?
Um,
Mm.
yes. Surjeet, you didn't
Okay.
know about this.
Okay.
Okay.
Please.
So anyway, um, what was I saying? Yes, when you're able to come from a place of calm, then I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure then anything can happen. Like creation happens,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, that's how I see. That's how I see how creation can happen with not only dance movement therapy. Yes, dance movement therapy, but with any other therapeutic work,
Mm-hmm.
be it painting, be it drawing, um, and creation out of it.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we don't have so much time. If there
Okay.
is any questions to Virieno, please drop the question. Then she may answer your right answer. Yeah. So I think there is a lot of question we can go on. I think it's a vast, and I also don't know so much about dance movement therapy,
Okay.
but I kind of know a little bit about the basic knowledge what is dance movement therapy, and especially in uh, in Northeast, it's very rare to become a dance movement therapist, right? So, do you have anything to say, like, if I miss out any questions or any topic, you can share to everyone.
Well, I think the only thing I can say is for those young dancers who are watching and maybe is looking for career options,
Mm-hmm.
is to know why you are doing what you are doing. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if you choose to be a dancer,
Mm-hmm.
you can choose to dance for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose to dance for transformational work like DMT.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, but to really know why you choose to dance,
Mm-hmm.
it's passionate work, yes, but
Mm-hmm.
to know like the bigger picture of the the path that you have chosen, that I think uh, I would have told my younger self. So this is something that I am telling, uh, the younger dancers out there.
Right. Since so you also starting this newly this DMT. So what are
Yeah,
the plan after say 3 years, 2 years?
you cannot ask me this question, Suji.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
this question is for me.
oh, that's
It's for me.
so you want to keep
Uh,
yourself. Okay. Hmm.
yes, at the
Hmm.
moment,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's for me and my plan book.
Okay. Cool. Because I want to steal your plan and I can do it. Yeah. So cool. I mean, yeah, it's just starting, right?
Yes, with DMT, yes.
Yeah. So it's just starting, and it will take some time. I think so. But I think people are starting to understand how important dance is nowadays. I think people are starting to go to the gym, going for the dance classes, like
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
Zumba, yoga. I think they already started to, to take care about the physically, but
yeah,
hopefully they will also start to maintain about mentally, because
yeah.
because as we are always worry about our physical body, but mentally is very important, right? So
Yes,
like
absolutely.
even in Northeast, we don't do so much counseling, because we don't go
No,
to, it's very rare to go to the counseling because people think we are psycho, if you go to the, you know,
yeah.
so which is not true actually. Today, what
No,
we
it's
are talking
absolutely not.
today, talk is also one part of the counseling and therapies for me, you know, because it helped me to understand, it's really, it take a relax, and also my mind is focused with you, with your talk, and I don't think other negativity, ideas, or, it helped
Thank
me.
you for paying attention, Surjeet.
Yes, I'm being kind. I'm not being kind. Sorry. I mean, I am
There, it
into
came out.
I'm into it. So, this is what I think people need to. That is why also I start this talk. Is more about just to to meet each other, to have time each other, and same time we talk with each other. And also if there is from the audience side also they can also they might miss you, or they want to hear something from you. I think this is a kind of platform for that. I think this is
Hmm.
what I will say, that people should also worry about the mental, not only physical. So
Yeah.
I think dance movement, if you love dance, I think it's for the audience. If you love dance, I think you should also go for dance movement therapy. It will help for your physical and mentally, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Physical, mental, emotional
Mm,
regulation. really.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
able to regulate yourself.
I think
And
it's
DMT.
also help. Yeah, it also helped to build a community. You know, it's a become a large family. You know, and also it's a yeah, it's a lot of things you can do. You can do. Yeah, but thank you, Virieno, for taking your time and also
Thank you, Surjeet.
for taking up this step to become a dance movement therapist, and hope I can join your class and when I need it
For
physically and
sure.
mentally. So I think people in the Dimapur should join your class. I think you should do some class for the young dancer because they may interest, and also for the people. So is there any class you open in Dimapur for now? Just for the student or if they want to join your class.
Well, I'm working on something for giving classes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not so much dance therapy, because
Mm-hmm.
that is something very different from, what I have been doing, which is giving dance classes.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, there is something that is being worked out,
Mm-hmm.
uh, to be able to enable to work with people with dance therapy, really.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the need of the hour. It's the need of the hour.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, it's time to say goodbye because it's almost 1 hour now. I mean, I will also research a little bit more about DMT so we can do our part 2 section.
Okay,
Which is
sure.
already it's a good to know about some basic knowledge about DMT, and then
Hmm. Hmm.
I think yeah, if
Yeah.
you want to know about DMT, please DM to Christina. I mean
Vire-
Christina,
Virieno
Virieno.
Zakiesato. Yeah, that's my Instagram handle.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh yes, Christina. I remember now. Okay, so
Okay.
DM to her if you want to know more about what is DMT. If you want
Yeah,
to little bit, and she might help you. I think yeah.
of
So
course.
our talk is also we are not I'm not expert, and just but we are like it's just sharing, and in this pandemic. Since
Yeah.
I'm also dancer, I also want to know what is the dance movement therapy, and that is why I had a talk with Christina. Yeah,
Okay.
th thank you.
All right.
Thank you again.
Thank you
And
for having me. It was really nice chatting with you. Thank